I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles and Gentlemen Sports Cards, located at 204 East McGalley Road here in Muncie, Indiana. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit. Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus3 TCG, and I am coming at y'all with a deck profile for the new format. So I think this is going to be one of the decks to be in contention. Invoked as an engine specifically. Maybe not so much pure Invoked, but I definitely think this is going to be one of the decks to play this format now that Zoo is dead. So let's hop right into the profile. Now, when I say it's going to be probably one of the best decks, I mean True Draco Spellbook Invoked is probably going to be one of the best decks. Invoked, like I said, as an engine is going to be fun, but probably not this version. Maybe it will be, though. Not as many plays. Aster, 3 of course, and then 1 blue boy. 3 Gofu. Gofu is kind of one of the cards you want to start with, obviously, so that you can open up your plays with Link monsters, but for the most part, you're just trying to make Mechaba first turn. So if you don't open this, it's not terrible as long as you open a way to get to this. And then the Kaijus. 1 Kumungus. 1 Godarla? Yeah, sorry. 1 Gamisio. 1 Dogoran. 1 Thunder King and 1 Jizikiro. I wanted to play 2 light so that I had more material for Aster, or more material for Invocation. Then we're playing hand traps, of course, my favorite, Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Ogre, and 1 Max C. On to more starter cards. Terraforming. Terraforming, great starter card because it gets you into this. We're not playing 3 because it's quite dead after you resolve it. So just 2 is pretty awesome. You could play 3 if you want, I guess. Potentially clogs your hand up if you open up like 2 Meltdown, 2 Terraforming. That's a terrible potential hand, but possible. 2 Invocation, not playing Desire, so I'm only playing 2 of these. 2 Spellbook of Secrets. 2 Spellbook of Knowledge, Spellbook of Secret, searches out your blue boy, or search out your knowledge. And 2 Scapegoat. I'm back and forth between playing either 3 Scapegoat, 3 Gofu, which seems pretty cloggy, 2 Scapegoat, 3 Gofu, or 3 Scapegoat, 2 Gofu. I'd rather see Gofu turn 1, so I'm playing 3, and Scapegoat is for like later. If they get rid of my field, then I have Scapegoat, which then can get me into Ningirsu if I need to clear anything, or it just gets me into potential more link zones. 2 Twin Twister, responsive defensive cards trying to clear back row, and then Econ and Mind Control. Since unlike the OCG we don't have 2 Mind Control, I would be playing that, but this is also pretty good. Considering on my turn, I can tribute my Aster, which I need in the grave anyway, and then grab one of their monsters, thus opening up my Invoked fusion plays. And the same thing with Mind Control, except I don't have to put my Aster in the grave, but hopefully it's already there when I Mind Control. 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, since we can't play 2 anymore. Card's still pretty good, so that's why we're playing it at 1. And Raigeki, because we wish we could play 2 Kaiju Slumber. And for the bomb, the last bomb, Soul Charge. Soul Charge is pretty nice because if you have your Mechaba in grave, you could potentially Soul Charge it and I guess hopefully make another Mechaba, and then you have your double negation. And for the 2 traps, this card is great, this format, especially with links. Considering that we have a card, Purgatrio, that does piercing damage and it can attack all your opponent's monsters, Floodgate Trap Hole is a great card. On to the extra deck. 2 Mechaba. I guess you could play 3 if you have it. Not a terrible idea. 2 Raijin. I like playing 2 because it comes up sometimes. Rarely you're doing... sometimes, though. Rarely you're going into anything but Mechaba. Purgatrio comes up, like I said, in that one instance. And then Magelenica, this isn't coming up as much, but like against zombies, if for some reason they have like a Mizuki or a Gozuki engrave, that helps. So that's those. I don't play any of the other ones because while it's nice to be able to make them, they're kind of useless. The water guy, the cockatoo as I like to call him, it's not, I mean, it's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love super heavy samurais, but not in fusion form, and not when they only have 2900 defense, and it just doesn't. Yeah, it can't be targeted or it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, but it can easily get ran over. So I guess if you want to use one of your Asters on it, that's all right. But I guess I'm just making a defense why I don't think you should. You have to play any more than that. I guess you could play the water guy, but other than that, all the other ones aren't that great. You can play Elysium if you want, but meh, not the greatest. Link monsters, 2 Link Spider, because you're easily making this, or instead of making that, you can just make a Mrs. Radiant. Proxy Dragon, 2 of them. You're making these a scapegoat, obviously. Proxy Dragon, 2 of these, you can go through those. Mrs. Radiant, this is all just options. You're rarely going through 2 Proxy Dragon, and you're rarely going into 2 Mrs. Radiant, but because you are playing the scapegoats, this helps. Decode Talker, Ningirsu. We're not really trying to go into Decode Talker very often. I really don't want to give my opponent that extra Link Zone. Ningirsu, because it is great to be able to non-target spot removal, and then Firewall Dragon, which you're like never really ever going into, but it's nice to have, I guess. Really, you're only going into the Invoke stuff a lot, and then this is just in case you can make double Invoke monsters on the field, and the utility of these monsters, things like that. If this gets popped, you can add Maxi or Kaiju back. So yeah, pretty fun deck. It's going to be cool to see how this deck does, considering that Masterpiece decks didn't get touched too bad. I mean, hitting Dynamite really hurt the consistency, but they still have plays, and they still have Heritage, which allows them to get a lot of draws. So let me know what you think about the deck in the comment section below. And this is Alex from Plus3 TCG signing out.